Today, as I said earlier, we are going to be making predictions for the year ahead in video games. And so, yeah, I mean, I think that perhaps I will just get us started off with one of my many, many, many predictions. Um, kind of I think, an easy one, which is that I don't believe that Breath of the Wild 2, which was our thumbnail, is going to come out this year. I think it will get shown again. It'll look really neat. Um, but yeah, I'm guessing that one gets delayed.
Interesting. Shannon, I'm curious what you think about this, but my counter prediction is that not only does it come out this year, but it is, I wouldn't say like surprise released, but like Nintendo gives us a 2 week window and then they're like, it's here. So a dramatically different prediction, but we'll see who's more right.
Yeah, I mean, I think, depending on the release date, there probably wouldn't be, like, an additional delay, so it just depends on what they announce, and then they probably would stick by it. I don't think that Nintendo is usually in the business of, like, delaying things, even with the pandemic going on.
Do either of you think that we will reach a point this year where it's possible or easy, remotely easy, to find PS5s and Xbox Series X's, or is that just a beautiful pipe dream?
We've had a series of cascading, unpredicted crises. The first being COVID. It is not too much of a stretch to say that there might be some other thing on the horizon that'll further strain supply chains, where there might not be an easy way out of the crisis we're in.
I think, like, last year, Biden was like, he would try to invest more in, like, creating, like, fabs, which is some kind of, like, word to mean, like, the factories that produce these semiconductor chips in the US, and, I also talked to analysts saying, like, it would take many years to make a factory like this in the US, so all of these different parts of the supply chain take so many years to actually, change or, like, have an impact on the actual supply, so if they make changes now, then again, it's like 2026 when you finally fix the supply chain issues, if you do fix them at all. This is one of my predictions actually, which is that I think the industry will see more unionization. But it's also worth noting that a company doesn't have to unionize all of the workers. Like a company can unionize by department or by like subsection of a company within itself. So even if we don't see like a massive AAA company unionize all at once, we could see like smaller sections of companies unionizing, and that could happen because it does seem like each person in favor of unionizing is like learning from someone who already has in the past, and they're all getting inspired by each other and moving closer to this overall like movement. So
Yeah, it's like Pikmin.
okay.
I think we're going to get a cyberpunk revival in
Mm,
2022. I think I'm starting to see rumblings of it, and I would not be surprised if 2022 is the year when we see about a months long news cycle that's like, is Cyberpunk 2077 good again?
I wonder though to what extent people are going to be like, yeah, actually it's good versus like, yeah, but it's still kind of mediocre. Like even if you patch out all of the bugs and issues, like it's still just kind of, it's no Witcher 3.
I think what a reassessment will take is a couple of factors, and I think we're kind of lining up for that to happen. So, cheap support from prominent content creator or content creators setting the narrative runway for fans, the sort of thing that is easily repeatable. They basically, yeah, they have to come up with a narrative that people can repeat ad nauseum on Twitter, on Reddit, etc. Just roll that out. And if we had the like Keanu reassessment going on at the same time, those would be like the perfect three pillars for Cyberpunk to sort of reemerge. And we might be missing one or two of those at different times in the year. But I do think this is the year where we start seeing the kind of No Man's Sky, Destiny 2 style reassessment of Cyberpunk, where people start coming out of the woodwork and singing its praises and saying, like, now's the time to jump back in.
I think the only problem with that idea is that the changes to No Man's Sky, especially because I think that's the
Mm,
one that everybody kind of like draws parallels with anytime a game comes out and is
mm.
panned and then gets better over time. The difference is that No Man's Sky's changes over time were substantial. It is a radically different game now than it was when it came out, or even a year after it came out, or a couple years after it came out.
Yeah.
And Cyberpunk has been much more just like, we are going to smooth over what is already there. Breath of the Wild 2 will be about a villain standing in one place, and it will be specifically about Bobby Kotick staying at Activision.
Oh, whoa.
Wow. Bob of the Wild.
Wow. That's
Oh God,
good.
I hate it.
Yeah.